Well, towards the start of the preseason, there is an injury blow of Andre Onana at Manchester United, and we're obviously going to be digging deep into this and obviously getting to know what it means to the club of Manchester United and the people that want Andre Onana out. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, United will start off with Leeds, and they'll play at a venue known as the Friends Arena. I think that's gonna be, is it in Sweden? Right? So from playing Leeds, United will obviously come up and obviously play in another pre-season friendly with West Ham, and that will be played in the US at the MetLife Stadium. That is it, in what we call the Premier League series. That's Man United for you. Then from there, United, there is another game that United is going to be playing. From there, from playing West Ham, United will play Bournemouth, then they'll play Everton, and that will be the end of the Premier League series in the US. Then Man United will obviously have to play against Fiorentina at Old Trafford on the 9th of August as they prepare to take on the club of Arsenal. Now, in all of those games, Andre Onana is expected not to take part or be involved in any of those. And that has led to what we call a very huge shock and discussions on whether United need in another goalkeeper or not during the preseason. Now, who broke the story? McGrath Mike, Andre Onana is out of Manchester United's preseason tour due to a hamstring injury. Amorim is considering whether to sign another goalkeeper before the Premier League starts soon. So, for how long is he going to be out for? He's expected to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. Now, 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. A month from now, that will be 13th August. You understand? 2 more weeks. That will be 27th August. That's when we will be expecting a player known as Andre Onana to obviously return to the club of Manchester United or to return back from injury. Now, the decision has to be made now, as the other goalkeepers that follow in the hierarchy are Atil Bendeir or Bienda and Tom Heaton. Should United trust Atil Bienda to obviously coming through and play in the first 4 games of the Premier League? Because in those, we're having Arsenal 1, we're having Fulham 2, we're having is it Liverpool? Let me check. No, Liverpool is really below. We are having Arsenal, Fulham, Burnley, and Man City. 4 games that will see United obviously welcome Andre Onana back when you're playing against Burnley. And to my understanding, we should really let Atil Bienda get in between the stitches. And the good thing is that in the preseason, he's going to be in between the stitches. And for Manchester United, I don't think that they even have money to spend on a goalkeeper, unless otherwise, because Mbeumo hasn't gone ahead to reach what we call deal accomplishment. They're still discussing the deal, and most of the fans of United are really fed up of that deal of Brand Mbeumo. They're like, please, we're really fed up, and please don't even talk about it, because whether it happens or not, the soup or the sweetness has been really sucked out of that entire deal. That's what you're getting in through from the side of United fans. But for this particular deal of the goalkeeper, I know very many goalkeepers have gone ahead to be linked to the club of Man United. I've gone ahead to see Martinez of Aston Villa being linked to Man United, and very many others that are really doing well, that are on loan, that are expected to be called back to see to it that they really do a pre-season in the club of Man United. But I think let's give Bayenda a chance and see what he can offer to the club of Man United. I think Andre Onana deserves another season, and I think that decision is going to have to be taken, because if it had not been taken, then would have gone ahead to see United making huge progress on players playing into the goalkeeping department. But however much very many have gone ahead to be linked, Diego Costa, the Juventus goalkeeper, then Martinez of Aston Villa, very many have been linked to the club of Man United, but I think there is no movement like you see that on Bryan Mbeumo and other players that United are being linked to. So, Andre Onana, I know some people are going to be saying, you see, he was supposed to be sold, but he really got an injury. I never saw Andre Onana leave. And the moment United used Andre Onana to bring in a player known as, or to convince a player known as Bryan Mbeumo to stay, or to come into Manchester United, it was a hint that Andre Onana was going where, and the plan was simple: get Andre Onana in, or keep Andre Onana here, and then Mbeumo will be settled in well, because he'll be having his fellow countrymen that he knows in and out, and will help him settle in at the club very, very easily. Because the settling in of Bryan Mbeumo is really important for the club of Man United, because if at all he settles in very well, obviously he will get us those goals that we need. United needs Mbeumo, Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, and maybe Amad Diallo to obviously have a minimum of 12 goals, in a Premier League season only. You understand? If one surpasses and really spikes up to 20, that will be a bonus. But if at all we get 12 goals from each of those four, I think that will be a very good goal. As the manager of PSG said when Kylian Mbappe left, that I would rather have 4 players who can get me 12 goals in the League One season than having one who scores 40 and others don't really score. You understand? Because that means the team is dependent on one player. But in different game situations, if those 4 players who really get you 12 goals a season can really try to find out on really scoring those goals, then the team will be having very many threats, and the opponent will be like, who am I obviously going to be going in for, and who am I not going to be going in for in as far as marking them is concerned. So that's what you're really having in through at the club of Man United, and Onana has gone ahead to get an injury. The big question is he obviously going to be traveling to the US with the club of Man United? It is already sorted. Chris Wilder told us that Andre Onana is still expected to go on pre-season tour and have treatment in the US. Obviously, they cannot leave him at the club of Man United. They have to obviously have him where they expect him to be. And where is he expected to be? He's expected to be at the side of Man United, obviously getting treatment and doing what we call his recovery plan and rehabilitation in the US, and that helps him to really hit the levels of returning back early enough. I've already told you that teams like Man City don't have the best goalkeeper in the world, but all they do is they do have the best team or outfield players that keep that ball, and the goalkeeper is not all that exposed. Something that we should be looking on as a club of Man United. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Andre Onana injury blow that he has suffered during the training sessions of Manchester United, meaning that things aren't easy in there. The manager has obviously gone ahead to really elevate the training, and he knows it's a pre-season, and this is where players are supposed to put in the calories, put in the energy, put in the work to see to it that he really leverages from that at the start of the season. Remember, in the first 8 games of our Premier League season, we are playing Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City, meaning that the levels have to be really high and extraordinary. I'm out.